You're ready to go. Outstand is your foe. Give your all or you'll fall. Now let's begin the show. Hello, welcome to round 6 of the Mega Man Battle Network 6 Blue Moon Tournament. This is a match featuring Virirrion on the left side against Saito on the right. Virirrion coming in with a clean record of 5-0. Definitely wanting to do everything he can to keep that intact. Saito, of course, wanting to pick up a win of his own here. So, let's get started. Looks like Virirrion is on Bowser this time, and he's looking to go into an early Dust Cross, and looks like he's also looking to go ahead and fix his field with Sanctuary. We see Dust Cross on the other end from Saito as well, and there's a fast gauge from Saito, and Virirrion's going to take that chance to put up an anti-damage. There's a Sanctuary, there's the Invis, and it feels like chips are being mashed out in order to beat a possible full cust. Yes, that is exactly what is happening. And we'll see what Virirrion decides to do with that Judge Man that he's holding. Right now, he's deciding which chips he wants to keep right now, which ones he wants to ship to the bottom of his folder. Saito, of course, will be doing the same thing on his end. This could end up favoring Virirrion, as he does indeed have those cursor element circle guns in T code that will threaten Saito's Dust Cross if Saito doesn't see him coming. But Saito is going to go ahead and abandon Dust Cross in favor of Tomahawk. We're going to see what Saito intends to do with Tomahawk. Boomers and Wood Dragons are always a good guess as far as that's concerned. He also might have been reading a Killer Man that happened not to be there this time, which would still be a good breed, except it's just not the case this time. We're not going to throw his Invis into the opposing rush and give himself the opportunity to cross cancel that paralysis. But once again, Virirrion is going to be taking advantage of that dust chute to force some more chip selection. And there is the Killer Man, and Saito no longer in Dust Cross, but Killer Man's still a highly useful chip. Goes without saying, so there is a reason you see it in almost every folder. You may notice that even though Virirrion has 5 chips, he could have easily chosen a handful of 5 chips. He chooses not to. And this is respecting the fast gauge. A lot of times you choose 5 chips in a fast gauge turn, you don't have the time to use all of them. For example, the Wood Dragon will put Saito in the flash animation for between 2 and 3 seconds, which is going to be about half a fast gauge turn anyway. So if you have 3 or 4 chips that are doing that, you're not going to be able to effectively use all of them. So the irony being that a lot of times fast gauge slows the pace of the battle in that manner because the players are not able to use as many chips and not able to charge much buster action either. So they're really not able to deal as much damage. Double point coming out of Saito. Always got to be careful about what happens when the opponent uses a double point. There's a white cap circle gun from Virirrion. Going to move in and fire off that Tomahawk Man SP. And that's going to connect as well. 280 damage, non-flashing, quite effective. Still yet to see what that double point is being attached to. It's being attached to bees. That's going to be a bee banish combo, and it looks like it is going to connect. There's the grab banish going to pop the anti-damage, but no, Virirrion managed to take one more step before the anti-damage trigger. I was very much expecting the anti-damage to pop and then from to come right back down on that swarm of bees, but that's not the way it played out. It's fairly deflating for Saito, as it would be deflating for anyone. It doesn't feel good to have a bee banish combo miss. It feels like you just had a chance to turn the match heavily in your favor, and then it just flew away on you. Saito normalizing the area, and Virirrion gets the trap up, and Paragram not going to help Saito avoid that circle gun. It's just a matter of Virirrion making it connect, and he does not, unfortunately for Virirrion. Circle gun and Magnum, two chips that cut through traps and cover a large area, but because of the timing aspect of it, they are both susceptible to missing just from the input not being right. So unfortunate for Virirrion there. Still looking to be in quite a good place. Still has his full 1400 health. Even after the boomer, he's still going to have some toy panels on his field, and he's going to have a life aura on top of that, so no amount of HP is completely safe in this game, but 1400 damage with toy panels and a life aura is about as close as it gets. Seeing that the B-Bash combo was B's 3, I did see the 20 plus 70 earlier, and seeing the M-Boomer, this is going to show us that you're probably looking at M-code from Saito here. There's Element Man from Virirrion, going to get countered by a Biz from Saito. Virirrion definitely just going to throw the meteor, not wanting to take the chance of getting rid of his own poly panels with a missed Element Man input. Waiting out the invis, and takes the Muramasa hit, but the poly panel does soften the blow considerably. And now you're going to see if Virirrion decides to stay with the chips he had, or if he decides to choose some new ones. He does have a Muramasa of his own on the custom screen. Not particularly interesting for him, since it'd only be doing about 250 damage. I say only when it's one shipment as a standard, but when you put that mirror monster in your folder, you put it in there for the 500 damage, for that 500 damage max. So anything short of that kind of feels like a letdown, even if it is, like I said, 250 plus for standard is actually quite solid, but still, it doesn't feel like what you wanted in your folder. Here I'm going to go ahead and use the Grab Revenge, get that holy panel back, pop that trap. And Anti-Navi is going to come up for Virirrion. Very quick work to avoid taking that machine gun hit. And Saito is going to unfortunately give his Judgment over to Virirrion's Anti-Navi, and it is going to in turn decross Saito. Very unfortunate for Saito. The machine gun missing, and then the Judgment getting taken by the Anti-Navi. Not a good turn at all. Saito's got to figure out a way to come back from this. I tend to think that it's best that his path to victory is going to involve getting rid of those holy panels, but I believe he's used his Dust Cross. I believe he's used his Element Man. He may not have any resources left to get rid of those holy panels, which turns that 1135 HP that Virirrion has into 2270, which, that is to say the least, a mountain to climb. B's going to get a scratch hit. And this machine gun is going to connect well enough to take out the trap and get another hit on top of that. But once again, this is on holy panels, and the damage is barely anything at all. And now you see that Virirrion's going to throw a life bar on top of that. And it just feels like door after door slamming in Saito's face. Saito in the custom screen, certainly trying to figure out any way to remove that 1000 HP, which, like I said, looks more like 2000 with the holy panels on the field. There is Element Man. I was wrong in saying that Saito had used that earlier. I was probably thinking of the one that Virirrion had used. So grass to remove the holy panels, that is going to be a start for Saito. He still has to cut through that life bar. Cut through. There's the life bar gone though. He has to cut through 1000 HP, all the while avoiding that last 150 damage that would give this first game to Virirrion. He has a lock set for any M-boomers, but he does not appear to have any of those in his hand this time around. But right now his first order of business has to be avoiding that meteor knuckle that threatens to pound him into oblivion. There's the M-boomer. Meteor Knuckle coming from Virirrion. There's 2 hits, and I believe that's also not an undershirt. That not being an undershirt, that is valuable information for Virirrion when it comes to planning his turns in game 2. So Virirrion picking up game 1, throwing up 1-0, and Saito needing to figure out how to pick up this win. Hopefully for Saito, if the Sanctuary comes up, he has the answer much more readily available to him. Oddly enough, we see that Virirrion does not have a regular chip. If there's a regular chip, there's a red border. I'm not sure if this is an oversight or if Virirrion has a particular reason for this. Virirrion and Saito probably doing some talking in Discord. Usually that message from Mega Man to land happens when you hit the L button while you're typing to someone. So if you've been net battling for long, you've seen it happen. You've seen it happen several times. But moving back to this match right here, Killer Man going to decross Saito immediately and hold him in place for that brush fire dragon right there. Turn is not going well for Saito as he takes 2 super effective hits right off the bat and goes promptly from 1600 health to just under 1100, and all this happens before he gets off his full cust. With Virirrion being slightly down in area, we're going to see if he chooses to get it back with Grab Revenge or with Judge Man. Before he does anything, he's definitely going to send that Mirror Monster to the bottom. It does 0 damage now. And with such a handful of T-coded chips on his custom screen, yes, I'd be very surprised if he went with. I'd be very surprised if he didn't go with Judge Man, the asterisk-coded chip, to let him take advantage of the other chips he has on his custom screen. So that's exactly what we want to see. There's the Judge Man. And while it gets blocked by the anti-damage, Virirrion basically gets an area grab and Saito's anti-damage with 1 chip, so the Judge Man definitely proven its worth. Saito's going to body check the air spin to minimize the damage he takes from it. Virirrion trying to get Saito to move into place to get the full hit from that Tengu Man SP, and that's exactly what happens. Unfortunately for Saito, Virirrion never steps on the grass panels, and that Element Sword is not going to connect. Whiskey Honey successfully popping the trap, and then Saito is going to, using this at the end of the turn, give himself the opportunity to cross-cancel this paralysis. It's also possible that he chooses not to cross-cancel it, and the possible benefit of that would be going into anger mode and then dropping a heavy hit on Virirrion. The disadvantage to that is if Virirrion has more paralysis, which he does in the form of that white capsule, then choosing not to cross-cancel could indeed be an immediate death sentence. No cross-cancel from Saito, and There's a pinwheel from Virirrion. Is he going to pick up the air spin? No, he's not. But that's 600, that almost 700 damage, not worth the anger unless Saito basically picks up an instant deletion here. Saito not using a chip with that anger, possibly looking to get in the custom screen one more time to find his most powerful chip to throw Virirrion and hopefully try to end this in one shot. Virirrion wanting Sanctuary at his disposal to prevent any such thing, which will be effective unless the chip that Saito's queued up is Meteor Knuckle. Meteor Knuckle would bust up the Sanctuary, and then the subsequent hits would not care about it at all. So if indeed this is Meteor Knuckle, it would require 7 hits in order to get a deletion. There's Airy Grab, countered by Sanctuary. No Meteor Knuckle yet. Muramasa for 1,000 would have been quite potent and definitely worth digging for, but it does not connect, and the Grab Revenge is going to finish off Saito and give Virirrion the victory 2-0. So well played on the part of both players, and I thank you all for watching. Mercury Wings over and out.